Unit 7. Listening Part 4. Exercise 3.
So, Hannah, what made you want to go on a paragliding course? It sounds like an extremely risky thing to want to do, even for a journalist like yourself.
Well, I thought it was a bit risky too. I mean, as a sports journalist, I spend my life watching people do different sports, and I've done a fair number of them myself. It's one of the qualifications for the job, I suppose. Anyway, a couple of years ago, I was actually in Switzerland playing golf with friends. I was researching for an article on golf courses, and golf isn't the most exciting of sports. Anyway, I was looking down the course, planning my next shot or something, when I saw these paragliders floating down from the heights. I thought to myself, that looks like fun. Perhaps I should have a go at it myself.
So you went on a course in France, I believe.
That's right. I'd actually tried to go on a paragliding course in England a few years ago. I'd even paid the course fee, about £500. But every time I went down to do the course, it was either too windy or it was raining. So in the end, I got fed up and asked for my money back. Anyway, looking on the internet, I found this rather wonderful place called Dune de Pila on the coast in southwest France. It's actually the highest sand dune in Europe, and they run courses there. The price was a bit higher with the travel, but it was a really nice place, and since sunshine was almost guaranteed, I went for it.
Great. And can you tell me, are there any advantages to jumping off a sand dune? I imagine it's rather less dangerous than jumping off a mountain, isn't it?
Well, it isn't so high, only about 150 metres, in fact. But wherever you fall, it's going to hurt, so from that point of view, it doesn't necessarily make a lot of difference. But the good thing is that the beach guarantees you a relatively soft landing. Too soft if you go off the beach and into the water, because then you'll need rescuing, although there's usually a steady breeze to keep you from going into the sea.
And what's the main difficulty for a beginner? I imagine it's taking off and landing.
The major problem for a complete beginner like myself is actually learning how to hold your paraglider up in the air, so that both sides open properly. They only allow you to run off the edge and fly when you've mastered that technique, so I didn't get to fly till after lunch on my first day. Getting your paraglider open is quite tricky to start with. It makes you feel a bit silly when you see other people happily flying around below you or above you all morning.
And when you actually start flying, how does your teacher tell you what to do? Does he fly along beside you?
No, it sounds a nice idea, and I'd have felt a lot safer if I'd had someone beside me. In fact, I listened to my instructor Chantal through an earphone. She stayed down below and spoke into a small microphone device to tell me what to do. It was generally very quiet, calm and civilised, except when she raised her voice to shout at other flyers to keep away from me, and then you really heard her.
And is landing a problem?
Surprisingly not. I was expecting something rather violent. I've come off a horse in my time, and that's a lot rougher, I can tell you. This was a relatively soft landing. The sand cushions you a bit, so hardly more of a bump than hopping off a park bench. And you're wearing a helmet, of course, rather like a biker's, so the danger's minimal.
But is it really as safe as you make out?
They say it is. I mean, there are a couple of serious accidents every year, but the people I know who do it are very safety conscious. Most sports, including slow earthbound ones like golf, have some element of risk. I've known a few people get hit by golf balls, some of my own even. Most of all, though, I was taken by the silence. I mean, you're not disturbing anybody in your rather strange, eccentric quest for thrills and new sensations. That, for me, is the best thing, and something I've rarely come across before.
Hannah, thank you.
A pleasure.